the
Hello, and welcome back to the Under the Influence podcast.
Under the Influence. Oh my
I didn't even see.
God.
I didn't even see that you sent me the Fitmodel Pro debut when you said that they all look. They all have different body types. Very true.
Yeah,
Very true. That's
don't,
cool. We'll pull.
right?
We'll pull. We could definitely pull that up. Um. Oh, you sent
Um,
me the Beyond the Stage thing about media in
yes.
bodybuilding. It's a good
So
one.
yeah, that'll be cool to kind of go through today because I have there's some very interesting thoughts on that one, if I'm
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah.
Um,
And we haven't
but
rehearsed any
welcome.
of this. Yeah. Welcome
I
everybody.
know. Welcome everyone. Welcome to I've literally just woken up. So this is why
You
I'm
literally
still in
just
a
woke up.
hoodie. I'm still in a hoodie. So I'm like this. I'm tired. So I
I
yeah,
might be a
I
little slow
apologize.
today. I just got
Yeah.
done working in the gym, getting
That's
everything
okay.
ready for Phoebe to be here, and it will be done by the
Woo!
time she's here.
I'm excited. I'm very, very excited. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Also, you girls be crazy in Idaho because why are you selling us out in 13 minutes?
Literally, that's crazy. I mean, it's cool
Like,
that we have like you literally. I can't remember what state Meg lives in, but she's coming from like Ohio or
she
something, like the
messaged
East
me and she
Coast.
was like, it's which also granted, I don't class I love you, Meg, but I do not class this as a long flight. Obviously, any US flights, I'm like, that's not long. But she was like, I'm flying like 7 hours. So I was like, oh
Yeah,
shit. Like, and obviously
I
it's a
think
stopover and
she's
stuff. So I was like,
other
thank
than
you.
you, she's definitely coming the furthest, I think. But then we have a
Yeah.
lot of we have a good handful of people in Boise, in Idaho that signed up, but I think like they're the ones trickling in right now that still want tickets because they didn't realize that Arizona, Los Angeles, Vegas, Seattle, Salt Lake City, like those are the people that ate up the tickets fast. Like people are
Yeah.
flying and driving in from out of state. So it's
Yeah,
cool.
so it's really, really cool. So what we've obviously updates what we've done so far. So it was a fit model for me, it was a fit model and bikini seminar. So all in one. That was what 11:30 to 1.
Yes.
Now we've split it. So it's fit model seminar and bikini seminar because it's literally
Back to
right
back.
now. Yeah, it's right now split evenly, 50-50. So if you are a fit model, the seminar will start at 10 till 11:30. All of this will be also in an email if you have bought a ticket, but it will be 10 till 11:30. And then bikini is 11:30 till 1.
Yeah.
So
We wanted
it's
to
going to be
come up
so
with a
much
way
better.
to still give you guys the Phoebe experience and not
Yes.
have like a 25 people just packed together where she can't really be too individual with anyone. So we were like, you know what? Like we can get a couple more tickets sold, like a few more people can get in that are like DMing and just split it up. So now it's going to be like 15 to 20 people, 15 to 20 people, which is a lot more accommodating than just having like 30 plus people all at one time. So,
And plus, it will just be better because it will just be specifically for the category. So
yep.
if you haven't already, head to the link in the description. There are more tickets. And the fact that this is literally a month away is actually wild as well. I'm like, it's like we thinking it's like next week. No, it's literally a month away. So
Yeah.
thank you guys
I need to
for
trim my
coming.
beard.
Same. I need to trim mine too.
I just noticed that. I'm like, wow, my face looks really round.
We'll
Maybe I'm
just
just getting fat.
leave it till this is Corey's intrusive thoughts just taking over. This leave it until the Arnolds. Shape up to the Arnolds. We've
Oh
got what
goodness.
3 weeks?
Imagine I just don't touch it and I just come to the Arnold. Just hey
I'll
guys.
be like, who is this person? Who is this person? So, but yes, tickets down below if you haven't already. Snag one up because they're going quickly. Okay, so today's just
A
like a Q and
decent
A,
Q&A, but there's still some
random.
decent random stuff that popped up online for us to
Yeah.
discuss.
So the first thing, do you want to discuss the Beyond the Stage thing? Because I thought that was very
Yeah, sure. I
interesting.
mean, you threw it at me. What's your thoughts? I'll pull it up and then what's your thoughts? I mean,
Well, I mean, right, let me get it up because it was who is it? Fuad
yes, I believe so.
discussing discussing Martin's Martin's Fit is it Fitzwater? Is that how you
Yeah.
say it?
Yeah, Fitzwater.
Um his opinions on media outlets. And I think Martin was like basically like they're all trash and they shouldn't be a thing. Now, I wanted to hear your opinion first before I give my opinion.
Okay.
What do you think on that?
So my opinion on it is I agree and disagree with Martin. I don't think that all the media is trash, but I do think that media outlets need to be much more respectful of how they go about things when they're talking about someone deep in a prep. You're talking
Agreed.
about someone a few weeks out from the Arnold, and the intrusiveness and the invasion of privacy and the like there's a page the other day, I can't remember what page it was. This one pissed me off. I commented on it because Martin's one of my friends, and it was about Martin, and it was talking about, it pulled up something from like a year and a half ago that happened, just
Okay.
because they just wanted to stir the pot. So they pulled something up from Martin's past, made a post on it, and it was a whole swipe post. And then guess what? At the very end of the carousel, it was the owner of the media page and Martin shaking hands, like thumbs up with the camera, like he met him at a booth and wanted to post a picture. And I'm like, wait,
That's
wait,
weird.
wait. And I literally commented this on it. I said, so you're literally going to make a post just to stir up drama from something that's over a year ago that Martin has squashed with, I can't remember who it was about, but that Martin literally, I remember he squashed it with the person. They were good to go. Everything's cool. And then in this like drama filled post that you're trying to make, at the very end of it, you want to act like you're buddy buddy with him. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like,
Yeah.
what a trash post to make. And that
Yeah.
right there is why I understand Martin's mindset.
Yeah.
So
I think I agree because I use him and like Nick, for example, Nick Walker, because I feel like Nick Walker gets so much shit talk about him. And do you know
yeah,
why I think that is? I'm gonna go on a tangent, but like I think the reason they have so much like like trash talk about them is because they are confident. So people try to not bring them down as such, but there's a lot more controversial things to talk about with them that
yeah,
create more buzz around them. Now, I do think that media outlets do that for buzz, but the intentions behind it, they know they're doing it mentally to stir
yes.
up other people's like shit and
Yep.
stuff like that. So they're not thinking about the athlete, they're not thinking about Nick or
Because
Martin or
they
anything like
know it'll
that.
be a domino effect. They know that
Yes.
if they do this, another page or even the athlete themselves will make a reaction to it, and then
Yeah.
it'll stir up more engagement for them. Now, on the, I know you'll probably get to this too, but on the positive
Yeah.
side of media, this is where we're in the age of social media.
Yeah.
So any publicity, unless it literally fucking cancels you, any
Yeah.
publicity is pretty good publicity. And on top of that, because of the views, because of becoming, I mean, bodybuilding's far from being mainstream, but because we have interviews, because we have podcasts going on, because you have like these pages like Beyond the Stage that bring coaches on and bring athletes on for one-on-ones, you get more in-depth life about these people, which can
Hmm.
translate to sponsorships, can translate to better financial situations for the athlete. So that's the positive of it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to mention. Like, I think I will say without media outlets or people talking about us as athletes will not get us the prize money, will not get us like
Yep.
opportunities elsewhere, like you just mentioned. So it is really hard because we could say, oh, be nice to us, like be nicer to us. I get that. At the same time, I think it is so hard because it's like again, there's a few pages that I really really like. Like I really like Beyond the Stage because it's about the athlete. It's bringing
Yeah.
the athlete to like, yes, don't get me wrong, there's a few clickbaits here and there, but again, it's not like Martin looks the worst he ever has in his life. Like it's not like that clickbait. It's like Martin's looking the best he has. So it's like,
Yeah.
oh, intriguing. Like let's have a look. Like I like positive like stuff like that, and yeah, there's going to be a bit of controversial stuff, and that's fine, and all that type of thing. But I do get what you're saying. I can imagine why Martin's just like, yeah, I'm fed up, because also he's been in the industry for so long, so he's like, I need to block all these things because I
Oh
can't
yeah.
let anything throw me off. Because I think I saw Fuad saying like, has he blocked all media outlets?
I don't know about all, but yeah, he was talking about how he blocks them. Like when something
Yeah,
negative happens, he blocks them.
which
And honestly, that's a fine mindset to have
absolutely
because
fine. Yeah.
he's such a bodybuilder's bodybuilder. He's like, I don't care if this publicity is positive or negative. I'm
Yeah.
here to try to win the Arnold. Just leave me
Yeah.
alone.
Yeah.
So
And I think that stirs up controversy where obviously Fuad has reacted and been like, I don't agree. And that's also Fuad's opinion,
yeah.
which I agree with both aspects, if I'm
Does he
honest.
do stuff for Beyond the Stage now? Like he does like
So I
one-off segments,
think
I think.
Yeah, which I think is really cool because
I think it's
again,
awesome. Yeah.
yeah, I think Fuad has a really good impact on the
Yes.
bodybuilding
Big time.
side. Because I used to watch him back in the day. I've not watched him for a while, but I know I know he had an accident recently.
Hmm.
I watched a couple of his episodes, and do you know what? I find it weird because I feel like his perspective for it has changed in a really good positive way. Like I don't know how to explain it, but I feel like he seems I don't want to use the word softer because that's not the right word. That's not the right word. But I feel like he's more compassionate, more emotional
Yeah.
in a way. Like he has more. I don't know. I don't know what the word is,
I know.
but I
I
feel
get what
like
you're saying. I get what you're saying.
yeah,
I've watched him for
his
years. Like I've seen the transformation of his like personality and persona. Like he still
yeah,
sticks to his guns on how he is about bodybuilding, but
yes.
how he approaches things and his communication and stuff has definitely changed in a positive way.
And I like that a lot more
Yeah.
because I feel like he was very much like bodybuilder, like
Yep.
hardcore. And I don't know if it's been, and also I say since his accident, I don't think it has been, but I just haven't watched him for a few years since obviously his accident of it. Was it a car
Yeah.
crash?
Motorcycle crash.
Yeah. So I haven't seen like watched his stuff since then. So but I feel like I don't know, his perspective on things have changed, and I like that. I like how
Yeah.
like his mentality behind things. So,
Yeah. Definitely.
but no, I think it's really good that he's had these one-off segments with Beyond the Stage and going back to kind of the media outlet stuff. Like I said, I agree with both. I agree with what Fuad is saying because we need them as athletes because if we're not talked about enough, like we don't get these opportunities as
Yeah.
athletes. But then also equally, I get what Martin's saying, and it's completely understandable why he blocks these outlets because he's like, I'm not focusing on external validation. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I'm not external
Yep.
focusing on that. So, and I think that's good as an athlete. I think sometimes it can drive you, or it can kind of take away from your prep.
Yeah.
So I think I've heard some bodybuilders being like, I love when people talk about me. Like it gets me fired up. And I'm like,
Yeah.
fair. So,
Yeah.
but others it's like, I don't want to know.
Just a complete difference in just personality with some people. Some
Yeah.
people love it, some people don't care about it. So
Yeah. Do you find like men and women respond differently in terms of like
I
in
think so, but I also think that the way that men and women are both approached is a little bit different by the media.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you're not going to see a single media page out there going, does Ashley K look worse than last year? Like
Yeah.
that's not going to happen. That happens in open bodybuilding. They do it all the time, but
Yeah.
that doesn't happen on the women's side of things. So
Do you know what always makes me laugh, and this will always stick in my brain is when it was years ago, I think, and it was when I think Janet was doing, I think it was like maybe 2022, and I think Bob really in the Olympia, when they do like the press conference, and
mhm.
obviously like the guys and stuff, they have the back and forth and whatnot,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I think Bob really really tried to do it with the bikini, and Janet went, Bob, like I know what you're trying to do, like it's not working. And I was like, yes, this is so funny because like
That's
he was
awesome.
like, I think he said something about like
Oh,
do you
that was Janet's
remember?
last. Wasn't it her last
Yeah, it
year?
was
Yeah,
2020. No, it was
22.
2022. And I think
Yeah,
it was
22.
like, I think he mentioned something about the hair or something like that. And
That's
like
so funny.
as a joke, and Janet went, like, it's not working. And I was like, yes, because we just don't work like that. We
Yeah,
just don't
yeah,
work like that.
yeah.
Like it's just not,
Remember, you and I we had this conversation on like our second episode we ever did,
yeah.
where I was like on the men's side of things, like whether it's positive or negative, it riles each other up. Like they have this like whether it's friendly shit talking or they straight up don't like each other, they just
Yeah.
go at it. Whether it's in person, press conference, social media, like people making videos about each other.
Yeah.
And on the women's side of things, there isn't that type of hype, but there doesn't need to be because it's
No.
not a typical female personality to do that.
Which also potentially, like we've said before, is that why, like, I say, is that why? It's not definitely why we're like the men are more popular. I think the men are more popular because it was the men, like, it was men first.
Yeah,
But
from the beginning. Yeah.
equally, would it be more popular? Do you know what I mean? Like, would it be
I
more
mean,
interesting if the girls were
I
to go at it like
guarantee
that?
that like it would become more popular engagement wise. I feel like more people that like are into that type of thing, like that are
Mm,
the ones that love seeing, oh shit, who said what about who? Like they
yeah.
think like look what Ramon said about Urs, or look what Martin said about this person. If something came out where it was like a shit talking video or just a comment that was made and a media page like ran with that and it was female versus female, bikini versus bikini,
Yeah.
I think that that would rile up a bit more engagement. And I think that if that happened repeatedly, it could make things more, I don't want to say popular, but people would look forward to more rivalries in a sense. Because there's no
Yeah.
rivalries in bikini. There's just not. Like, you
Yeah.
obviously have people that have competed against each other for years, but
Hmm.
there's no like this person rematch with this person. And there,
Yeah.
you don't do that. You don't see that. So
Yeah. But I think that's how, like we've said before, I think perspective of like that's what like that's how men, I don't know, consume things, if that makes sense. They're
yeah,
like
no, for sure.
versus this, whereas
Yeah,
women,
yeah.
it's not versus. I feel like I don't know if that makes any sense, but like
No, I could
I've
totally
never
see it.
really felt like I'm versus this person, or I'm like it's never been like it's never felt like that. That's why everyone's always like, we'll see what happens on stage.
That's
So
the
I feel
second
like,
podcast now where you've like froze on me for like 10 seconds.
oh damn it, sorry,
But
but
no, you're good.
yeah, I feel like it's
It went
not.
super fast and I heard most of it.
Yeah, I feel like it's not versus, but that's why a lot of women are like, we'll see what happens on the day, because honestly, like it could go
Yeah.
either way.
I will say too, a positive way that I see that on the female side is I feel like more women, obviously everybody wants to win at the end of the day, but more women do go into shows feeling like I want to beat my last self rather than I want to beat this
Yeah.
person.
Hmm.
Men 99% of the time they are looking at someone they lost against and they're like in their head like that's who I got to fucking beat.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Why
yeah,
is that?
I don't know,
Why do you
testosterone.
feel? Yeah,
I mean,
fucking true. Actually, that's so facts. A hormone that we don't basically have much of, so it's fine. But yeah, I feel like that's pretty much like the gist of it. I like media outlets, and don't get me wrong, I think back in the day, I used to be like, oh my God, I can't look at what they're saying. Now I am like, I like it when I get posts. Like I'm like, oh, this is so fun. But not in a way that's like rivalry. I'm literally like, oh, this is exciting. So yeah, that's what I kind of feel with that perspective, I guess. Um, okay. What were the other things?
all
Oh,
right,
Fit Model.
podcast. Oh yeah, pull that up.
Because I was like, also, we love like the perspective of like everyone's really liking our like episodes about Fit Model recently.
Yeah,
Like they're absolutely loving them. So
yeah, we're done. We're
thank you
done with
so much.
bikini. I mean,
Yeah, I know. Should we just be Fit Model
just
podcast from
just the
now
fit
on?
model stage talk. This was a
Honestly.
cool post.
Yeah.
Very different all around. I mean, still love our girl from Australia. Honestly, like that's her, right? The red.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
That
yeah.
crazy. Like
She
that
messaged the chat and she
physique is
was like,
nuts.
"Oh my God, thank you so much for like the mention." She actually voice noted and she was like, "Thank you guys so much. Like that obviously made my day. Like thank you for like mentioning and stuff like that. It really means a lot." So like
Yeah,
it's always fun like discovering physiques, because honestly, like again, we hear from different people. I've never actually seen this girl, to be fair, so I'm excited to
I haven't
to
either.
pull her up in a
Maya.
second.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll have a look at her in a second. But yeah, I feel like all these physiques are different. They all have like that very similar, obviously, fit model-esque look in terms of like small waist and all that type of thing,
Yeah.
proportions wise. But I feel like for me, it was more so the back poses. They're all so
Very different.
different,
Yep.
so different. So I was very, very intrigued. I know she's not wearing a fit model
Yeah. Not a
bottom, by
suit
the
there.
way. So
Yeah.
this is a bikini bottom. So, but yeah, very, very, very different. I was like, oh, so, but I feel like it's just either the way that their tie-ins are, their hip size, the
Yeah.
conditioning is slightly different.
I
So
was
it's
gonna
going to be
say
really
if this
interesting.
is all taken at 3 weeks out, conditioning's pretty different across the board. Which
Yeah.
not saying anyone is ahead or behind because we
No.
don't know necessarily what the spot on conditioning is going to be that the judges want for this yet. So
Yeah. So I feel
like
like this is a really good.
Emily's definitely ahead of everyone here in conditioning, but she has like the perfect fit model glutes. Like
Yeah.
they're not overpowering in any way. The hamstrings aren't etched out at all. Adductors and everything is very proportionate all around. Nothing's popping like crazy. And she has
Mhm.
like there's not any crazy tie in there. Like I feel like tad bit more than that, and that's what she should walk on stage with. So
Yeah, because for me, I'm looking at this and I'm like, yeah, this is pretty much ready. So she'd
yeah,
need to kind of
yeah,
hold steady and not,
yep,
I personally think, get any more condition. Again,
yeah,
from what I've seen from Fit Model, like from the amateur side, again, pro side might be different. We don't know.
Yeah.
But
And then Charlie's glutes, like I don't think you can have more perfect upper outer glute proportion. Like that's you can't add any more muscle there. Like that's a
yes,
perfect shape.
I also do think that it because she's not wearing fit model bottoms at the moment, it shapes her glutes differently. Because I was like, damn, her glutes
Yeah,
look
yeah,
so
definitely.
much bigger than everyone else's, but they are slightly bigger, but also it's the suit. Like it's actually kind of crazy, like seeing like
Yeah,
the difference in how your
yeah,
glutes will be shaped depending on what suit you're wearing as well. Which is
yep,
why it's important that you wear the correct suit buttons and stuff like that
yeah.
because she could look quote unquote too big next
Hmm.
to these
Big
girls
time.
because of the suit bottoms, you know?
The girl to the right in the green actually has similar shaped glutes with that like
Yeah.
the curve of that upper outer glute is very filled in, but obviously looks different with a fit model bottom on. So
Yes, exactly. So it's that this is a really, really good indicator and kind of saying like guys, like make sure you are wearing the correct bottoms and stuff. Again, this isn't bad to say that Charlie can't wear these because she's literally just checking in. But
yeah, yeah,
um yeah, so I was really interested. And then you got Jane, obviously. Jane, I think
yep,
has I love her back pose because I love how much taper she has in this. Like
yeah. Crazy
she's
taper.
such a nice taper.
Makes me wonder though too that like I look at her rear delts and the width of her shoulders there, and look at the width in comparison to the bottom half.
Yeah.
And then I look over at like Charlie or the girl Maya on the very end, and
Hmm.
look how just like still tapered, like the waist is still super tight for bikini, no like projection in the erectors or anything, but they don't have those capped rear delts. They don't,
Yeah.
you can't see the lateral delt popping from the back as
Hmm.
much. So I feel like the top half of what's her name, Jane.
Jane, yeah, yeah.
I feel like the top half of her from the back is almost a little bit bikini, just in the
Yeah.
sense of like the width in the shoulders. But again, we know from amateur to pro, at least in bikini standards, you
Yep.
see a big difference in structure and size. So
Yeah.
it could be in her favor.
This is the thing. And also at the same time, posing does take a huge thing with this. So obviously Jane's posing a little bit more wide. You can see here this girl, her elbows, they're pointing almost
Yeah.
like back towards us. So she's almost like trying to not show off as much taper. I mean, obviously density wise, you can see also Jane is a little bit more dense and stuff, but you can see that this girl is kind of like pulling her upper body back. So potentially that might be something Jay needs to do. And we can always, she's my posing client, so we can always play around with that. But
Yeah, definitely.
it'll be a case of like trial and error and it's just seeing what happens. Because also,
Yep.
I don't think it is interesting though that you say that because for me, I'm like, they do want the upper body, but again, it's like how much we don't
Yeah.
know like
Like I'm
specifically how
comparing
much
it,
they
I'm more
want.
so comparing it to like I'm looking at Charlie here, where I feel
Yeah,
like that minus having the bikini bottoms on, I feel like that is even
yeah,
everywhere from the
yeah,
back. Everywhere.
yeah,
The rear delts and lateral delts aren't popping too much. She's not too wide. You can still see the taper going down into a tiny waist. And then you have the glutes that honestly might be a little overpowering, just in terms of just the muscle density. But again, posing and once you're stage ready, et cetera, et cetera. But that like back pose itself looks the best to me here, just
mm-hmm,
in terms of like ready to hop on stage. Like this is very
yeah,
proportionate, very balanced. And then I look at Jane on the very left, and I feel like it's like a her glutes, her hands, everything is perfect. And I look at the shoulders, I'm just like, it's a little bit big for my taste when I'm comparing it to someone like Charlie.
okay,
So that's it's just
interesting,
in comparison. If she was
yeah.
standing by herself, I might not think that, but just in a lineup next to these girls, and again, who knows what like zoom in wise, like if someone's angled a little bit differently, like they're not standing next to each other actually.
Yeah, it
So
is crazy because she then looks proportionate from the front,
perfect
like
in the
from the
front,
front.
perfect in the
Yeah.
front. Yeah,
So that is interesting. That might be a posing thing then. Well, we'll definitely have a look at that for sure.
they're all
Um,
crazy in that front pose. Go back to that front pose.
yeah, they all look
They all look
incredible.
insane. Where are the waists? They're all
Yeah.
gone. Like,
Yeah, literally. I'm really excited. I want to have a look at this girl. I've never seen
oh
her
yeah,
before.
click
I
it.
think, is she from Brazil? Because I
I'm
think I
not
might have
sure.
seen, that might be completely
I
wrong.
don't think that I have.
Yeah, Brazil.
Oh,
Brazil. I was correct.
Team
Woo.
Valon. I don't know who any of this is in her bio. Okay, cool. Gonna learn something new here.
Yeah, because she
When she turned pro, what
won
is that?
2025 April last
Is
year.
that the Arnold South America?
Gosh, you're really good with backgrounds. Like, I'm like, I didn't even clock that it was the Arnold. Like, my God. I was like, what show is this?
I've
Yeah.
just been to a lot of shows.
That was just very quick. I was like, wow. Yeah, South America. Got yeah, you can see South and then America there. Um, yeah, so she won the Arnold South America. She looks really good here.
Really good.
I want to see
Really, really good.
actual front pose of her. Is she the she's not the first, is she the like the first fit model like
I would
Brazil
assume she's
or
the first. I would assume she's the first from Brazil,
oh
unless they had one prior to that. But 44 weeks, that's almost an entire year ago. So that was right in the Pittsburgh timeline of people turning
oh
pro, right in the spring. So she's
yeah.
got to be one of the first over there.
I can't see.
That's
She's
great.
definitely grown. She's definitely
Yeah, yeah,
grown for
definitely.
sure. Can't really see much here, but yeah, that's interesting. That's gonna be so fun. Honestly, when you keep saying like, oh yeah, that we think there's gonna be like 40 people at the Japan show. I just like hurry up. I want oh there we go. I want
Right. I want the list.
the list to come out. I want to know
Yeah.
who's on that list so bad. Yeah,
Wait for some surprises
this
to
is a
be
good
on that
shape.
list too.
So I think upper body wise, she is probably smaller in that comparison. Well,
Yeah.
from this photo, which was also again like a month and a bit ago, so
Yeah.
she might look different now. But in comparison to what Jane and Charlie look like, she was a little bit on the smaller side for upper body, but also it's still in proportion for what she looks like
Yeah.
on her own.
You know what I love seeing? The comment section is literally
I
all like
know,
fit model pros. It's kind of like how Bikini is, where
I know.
like you went and commented on Ashlyn's photo earlier, and like everyone that knows each other in Bikini world, like that's who hypes each other up. And it's
Yeah.
like awesome. And the fit model girls have literally taken it upon themselves to start doing that immediately. And they're all in each other's comments, fire emojis, looking beautiful. Like it's cool to see that camaraderie. Like I like that.
Yeah. And I think I saw it specifically on like Charlie and Jane's page where they were like, and even like Lauren, one of my posing clients, they all have been like, we need to like bring this to light, like put out publicity more, like
Yeah.
talk about it more. Like we need to take like I've seen so many of them do like YouTube and stuff like that, and being like, I need to do YouTube. We need to do YouTube because like we're shaping the this
I
category right
mean,
now for the pro
you know, in
division.
in all honesty, if any division is going to help bodybuilding become more mainstream and draw attention from more sponsors, it's going to be Fit Model
Yeah,
because they have that Gen Pop like that is an appealing look to me.
yeah.
Whereas like bikini, gorgeous in itself, right? It's its own division where
But
we love it for
yeah,
what it is. But a lot of people don't want to see crazy tie-ins, don't want to see
hmm
cat delts. Like you just like the Gen Pop might be like, oh, that's still too much for me. When we
yeah,
don't think that whatsoever. But Fit Model is literally fit model, like Sports Illustrated cover type of look. And that's what can bring more mainstream attention to bodybuilding. Like this
yeah.
look right here. They look like models. They look like you could throw them on the cover of Sports Illustrated, literally. So
Yeah, very, very true. And I think I think that the girls know that as well, like, and know the effect that they can have on the division as a whole. And
yeah,
if they make it popular enough, especially because I think at the beginning, a lot of people were like dismissive of Fitbodle. So they're
which I
like,
thought was
no, we need to
ridiculous.
show, which the thing is, I'm a very perspective person, you know me. I'm kind of annoying in that way, but I'm like, I get why people were annoyed at the beginning because they're like, at the beginning, you give, all of us as bodybuilders, which all of us are bodybuilders, but in terms of everyone being like, we're going to give you a quote unquote division that is less than bikini, which bikini was
Yeah.
already the entry level. People are like, people already looked at bikini as like not bodybuilding, which I'm talking about, unfortunately to say it, a lot of guys and stuff like that in the industry, they're like, this is a joke, like whatever. People already didn't like bikini. You give them fit model, they're like, this is a joke, which it's not.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be one of the best things. Everyone said the exact same thing about wellness.
Yeah,
Now
I was just going
everyone's
to make that
obsessed with
comment.
wellness. Now everyone's obsessed with wellness.
It has absolutely nothing to do in reality in a man's mindset. It has nothing to do with like, oh, there's another division that is less than, another one that's less muscle. No,
Yeah.
it's just fucking people wanting to gatekeep bodybuilding is all it is.
Yeah.
They did the same thing about wellness, which look at them now. They got fucking bigger legs than the dudes on classic physique on stage.
Yeah.
So it's like you can't make a comment about muscle there, but yet when wellness first came out, it was trashed for the first like 2-3 months. So
Yeah.
it's like get the fuck out of here with that mindset. You just want to
Yeah.
complain about something new because there's too many pro cards now. There's too much of this going around. It's like, no, you just want to gatekeep bodybuilding because you want to act like, whether you're like an old head or you're someone that like might be like, you have this covenant like pro card persona ego about you, and it's like, who cares if there's too many given out? Like, who cares if there's another division added? How does that affect you performing on stage? It
Yeah,
doesn't.
exactly.
Like, does that take away something from you if you get 10th or first place on stage? No, it doesn't. It
No.
in reality, all it does is make more people for you to have to go against on stage. Like,
Yeah. The
so
one comment that made me laugh was like someone, which again I'm sure this person was like joking and stuff. I don't know, I don't literally don't remember who it was. I think it was an amateur competitor being like, God, nationals is going to be so much longer.
I mean,
Like,
that's
and I
true.
was like,
That is
that,
true.
yeah, facts. I was like, that's so funny, but like that was the perspective that they had.
I
But
will say though, this year's nationals, it was the quickest I've ever been out of there, and it was the first one
so
of the
I
fit
think
model.
they'll run it
So
more efficiently
they
because they
have,
know
they
they've
did,
added another category,
yeah,
so they have to run it
big
efficiently.
time.
They have to
Yeah,
run it
Laura Lee
more
and I were
efficiently.
sitting next to Sheila, the promoter for Battle
Oh
Up.
yeah, yeah.
And so she runs nationals. And I was telling her how badass it was, just how well it was ran. It was during
Mhm.
finals, during routines. And I was talking to her and I was like, it is so cool how you didn't have all of them leave the stage to then wrap back around, come back on one at a time. They left them all on the diagonals and then just called them by number to take a few steps to the center, hit your routine, go back over. And that was it. There
Oh,
was
that's got
no
to get
like,
people. That's
oh
good
yeah, like
though.
every, in the posing stamina that you need for that posing conditioning of literally sitting in front of the judges on stage, even if you're on the diagonals, you got to control your breathing, you got to hold your pose. And they were up there for like 10-15 minutes straight because you're waiting for everyone to be called from the diagonal one at a
Yeah.
time, up to like 20 plus people per class. So
That's good though. But again, that's good. Like you
I love
need
it,
that. And
and it ran efficient.
that's how it should be in terms of like you have to keep going. Like it's not supposed to be easy and it'd be like front pose, back pose, that's it. And then you're like, oh, I'm exhausted. Like the judges need to see you under pressure so they see where you crack. Like it's supposed to be
Yeah.
hard. So they can see if you've
Yup.
actually done the homework and stuff like that. So where did that go? Where did that come from? Where were we going with that?
um
What was the first point of
we
that?
we started talking about how people were complaining about Fitmodel,
Yes,
and then
yeah.
and then it turned into the comment about people saying shows were running long.
Yeah,
So
that was it. Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
but yeah,
So,
I think honestly the Fitmodel hate has died off. Like it
yeah.
started like Fitmodel's been around now for a little over a year, January of last year, and
Mhm.
now we're in that realm where there's enough pros, there's been enough national shows, and now it's more so like you either just don't care about it or there's just talk about looking forward to what's coming. So
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. And I think it'll be interesting to see. There's so many bikini coming from bikini going into fit
yeah,
model. And
yeah.
I'm really excited to see that like difference. I think one thing, so recently there's just been a massive, massive event in the UK, which is really, really good like for us in the UK because we haven't had something like this for so long. So I can't remember exactly what it was called, but it was obviously done and thrown by obviously Beyond the Stage and Two Bros Pro, which is obviously the promoter, the NPC
Mhm.
promoter in the UK. So a news outlet and obviously the NPC in the UK coming together to actually put on an insane event is actually so good. So I think this is really
It's
really cool
awesome.
for the UK.
Yeah.
Anyway, Becky actually flew over and was
Oh,
speaking and stuff
nice.
like that at the event. So I think from what I gather, she mentioned because obviously a lot of people were are like talking about fit model and stuff like that. From what I remember, she saying she apparently mentioned that she's interested to see. where it kind of comes from, like with the bikini pros coming into fit model. Because I
Yeah.
think a lot of people are like, oh, what are you looking for fit model now for the pro side of things? Because, we've got Janet, we've got Jess, we've got Lorna coming in. Like,
Yep.
does that make the division more muscular? And she specifically apparently mentioned, like, we're gonna have to see Janet come down a lot
Good.
from her
Good.
2022 physique. And she made that like evident because I think
Yeah.
like this is what we were talking about before was like, and that's what I said. Like I think Janet is a very, very good advocate for it, but also equally, I only say that because she's a she was obviously a smaller bikini competitor. So I'm excited to see what she then brings in
Yeah.
the fit model division. Like what's
Yeah.
she gonna do
And
to
it's been years
come
since
to
we've
that
seen
physique?
her, so she very well
Yes.
could be that physique,
Yes,
like ready to go.
exactly.
But
But we
I do
haven't
want to,
seen it. That's why I'm excited to see it. And I think that's why Becky was kind of
yes,
saying,
yeah,
like, because people were like, oh, do I need to be I think people then were getting confused and being like, oh, do we need to be what Janet was in 2022? And she's like, absolutely
no,
not. Like that's was bikini. That's
I
not
love
what
that.
we want. And
Yeah,
she was making that evident. It's same with Jess,
yeah.
same with Lorna. Like,
Becky is so good at like one speaking, but
yeah,
two just like being straightforward. One of my
yeah.
favorite things about her as a judge and as someone that when she hops on social media and makes some stories that she does, very,
Hmm.
very just like to the point. Listen to this shit. This is what we're doing.
Yeah.
And I'll say I've had, I'm sure you have too. I've had a very good handful of judges message me and say that they love how we speak about the divisions.
I like that.
Um, and I will say to anyone listening, Tyler, if this goes to you, the best thing that can happen for Fit Model is absolutely nothing. And judges are good about this anyways, but nothing should have to do with someone already being a pro with a name coming from Bikini.
Yes.
Nothing.
Yes.
Janet
Yep.
can be fucking Miss Olympia bikini. Does not mean that she needs to be first call out in her
Yeah.
first pro show. Doesn't.
Yeah.
Like you don't need to give the nod to someone just because of like who they are, what they've been. And I'm not saying they would, but
No.
some people do, like just fans in general almost expect that. Like you're
Yeah.
saying that right now based on how the talk is to Becky at that event, where fans and competitors are automatically thinking, okay, so does that mean we need to look like Janet did a few years ago? Because they see her coming down into
This
Fit
is what I
Model.
mean.
So
Yeah.
people are automatically thinking that's what I need to do. It's going to unless Janet obviously looks the part, it's only going to help the division to not even give the nod to them just because of who they are. Where
Yeah.
like if Janet ended up in second callouts just because like, yeah, the shoulders are too much, or her trademark conditioning in bikini, yeah, those tie-ins are too etched out. Like she doesn't need the nod. Like you
Yeah.
like go with the literal person that turned pro 2 months ago that looks Fit Model in your eyes. And it's the best way to keep developing Fit Model. And
Yeah.
then Janet will have things to work on for that. So
Yeah, I think that's really, really good to kind of like mention that. And I think, like you said, like judges won't do that from a name perspective, but like you said, people I think
people
expect it.
in
Like people are
general,
now like, oh,
yes.
okay, she's gonna win and do this. We don't know that yet. We
Yeah,
literally do
exactly.
not know that at all.
Yeah.
Like she could take it all. She literally could be Miss Fit Model, like 100%.
Yeah.
Like, but
100%.
also we could have someone who turned pro like a couple months ago be Miss Olympia.
Yeah.
Like this is also like a massive message to anyone who is like either afraid of like trying to go into fit model or afraid of doing pro shows or scared. Like you could literally be the next Miss Olympia right now. I mean, this
Yeah.
goes out to
Yep.
anyone, I guess, but like this is your chance if you're thinking about it to like, you know, give yourself that little bit of
Yeah.
motivation. You could literally be the next
100%.
Miss Fit Model
100%.
Olympia.
You could, funny enough, you could have not even competed yet and you could be Miss Olympia
Yeah.
this year. That's just like how Fit Model is so like genetically based in how someone's structure is, obviously, as well as like the proper development, the proper conditioning. But there's people that get on stage that just have the it factor for bikini, for Fit Model. You just have it. And you could be someone just based on how Fit Model is, where contrary to bikini, where a lot of national girls will turn pro and then might need to take 1 to 2 years off to have that
Mm-hmm.
density to compete in the pro league. Fit Model, you're going to see Japan pro being majority people that are brand new Fit Models,
Yeah.
like just turned pro. And you, if you're listening to this, you could be someone that does your very first show ever next week and then goes and turns pro at Pittsburgh and then ends up doing a Fit Model Pro show before the cutoff and makes it to the Olympia all in 1 year.
Literally. Yeah.
So
So we're basically saying the sky is not the limit. Push further than the sky. You've got this, Giles. So it'll be interesting it really, really will be interesting to see like how it all goes. We could, again, we have our quote unquote favorites that we see constantly. They post regularly. It could be someone that literally wins Japan and we've not heard of them. And that's why it's exciting. That's why it's so exciting, is because there's multiple people that we're like, okay, cool. Let's just watch. You know,
I already know that we're gonna fit, like, Japan Pro is gonna finish up, and then our podcast a few days later, we're gonna be like, look who got third place. How do we not even know about her?
I know,
like,
I know.
So
it's gonna be so cool. Right. Okay. So you've said what have you messaged me about in terms
we got a
of
couple Q&As. One of them
Oh
was
yeah,
a cool
also we need
question.
to what was the question? I'm getting at the
Let me find them.
I'm gonna pull up the YouTube comments because I know that you
Oh
mentioned
yeah,
that there
someone
was a
asked you a
few.
question in there
Oh
about your
really? I
prep.
need
Yeah,
to
like being ready early, I think, and having to maintain it for a while, and how you feel about that, something
Oh
like that.
yeah, let
Yeah,
me pull
someone
that
asked something like
up
that. It was on a recent
because
video.
I mean, to answer that, I feel like it so recently more so now it's been more of a head fuck where like before I was like, yeah, I'm ready, I feel good. Like, and I still feel good, very much so. But I think now because it is so much more like picky now, where it's like, okay, we're filling up here, okay, we're getting a little bit flat here, so now we need to do this. It's a lot more detailed. So I think I'm not getting in my head as such of like, oh my God, I'm like off track, because that's not the way, but it's more so I'm looking at my physique more. I'm like seeing more things. So like I'm asking Jamie more questions. Like, am I flat? Like my weight went up a couple days ago and I was like, oh my God, my weight's gone up. She's like, you're fine. Calm down. So, and then same with like when my weight goes down, she's like, okay, we need to fill you up now because of XYZ. And I'm like, is that, am I getting too small? Am I getting too big? Like you think about more things because more
Yeah.
things are happening. So I think that this is always like, for me anyway, 4 weeks out, 3 weeks out is usually the time where it gets a bit more head fucky. But if that's even a word, if that's even
Mind fuck
uh,
is a word, so head fuck works. I mean, whatever.
yeah, no, I said mind fucky. Like I was like,
Oh,
that's not.
mind fuck.
Oh,
You
yeah,
said head fuck like a few sentences ago, and I
yeah.
immediately went, you mean mind fuck? Oh, just another UK thing.
Fuck off. Yeah, probably is. But I feel like there's way more thought process, especially now going into things where it is literally so detailed. Like we've also been holding for literally since like 7 weeks out, and we're
Yeah,
3.5 weeks out now. So it's like it is getting there, but I'm also very grounded in the sense of like I don't need to get in my head. Like I do not
yeah,
need to get in my head. And that's the worst thing I can probably do. And I think for anyone listening that's probably been in this position as well, which I'm sure majority of people have, like do not let your emotions like run wild now. Just I think this is where you then just go, okay, not robot mode as such, but like try not overthink things. And this is
yeah.
why you have a coach. Let the coach do the thinking. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
Like I think
100%.
I then get like I'm a control freak, so I love to be like, oh, do we need to do this? Do we need to do that? And she's like, no, we're doing this. I'm like, okay, that's fine. I'm like tweaking over here, like, okay, that's okay. But like again, it's all new, it's new-ish for me where I'm like, okay, we're filling out here, or we're doing this differently, or we're not doing, as much cardio or whatever.
Yep.
So it's trusting the coach's choice and or
Yeah.
the coach's direction and guidance, because that's what you pay them for. Like that's what they are there for. So, and
Yeah.
that's why, you know, you have them as a coach. So I
Yeah.
think that is hard though. Like it is hard to just trust what you're
Oh yeah.
doing is correct,
Yeah.
especially after for me
Because
two
in your
years.
mind, it's hard because on one side of it, you know who your coach is. You know they're a good coach. You know
Mhm.
everything's working. Look at the side by sides you make.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, it's hard because you think back to, I've been seventh place at the Olympia and I didn't do this then.
Yeah.
So it's like that's like where you get that mind fuck.
Yeah. That's what it's quite funny. And like again, I have for this prep, I have had to be like literally I'm a newbie. Like I literally tell myself
Yeah.
regularly, I've never competed before. I know it sounds so stupid, but like
I like
I
that.
have to have that. But I have to have, for me, sometimes I have to have that mindset because actually having the past experiences, which also not disregarding the past experiences, because again, it got me seventh in the world. Like it's gotten me the win at the Arnold's UK before. Like it's all purposes and experiences that I've needed to have to get build me the build the athlete I am today.
Yeah.
But for this experience alone, I've not stepped on stage in 2 years. Me and Jamie have never competed before together, and also equally, like I've not been on stage for 2 years, and everything is different. Like I'm
Yeah.
everything about this prep has been completely different about what I've done previously. So
Yeah.
my past experiences don't serve me right now.
Yeah.
So I need to have that mindset to just be
Yeah.
like, I'm new to this. I'm brand
I
new.
mean,
Any experiences are like, obviously I'm not.
honestly, the
Obviously
way that
I'm
you're looking
not.
going into this, actually just cover your ears. Everyone listening to this, Phoebe's literally like coming to win this show. Like these check-in photos are stupid. So
Yeah.
it's like that will translate to the stage. You're just going to get better and better leading into it. And yeah, like it's going to be ridiculous. Like the
Yeah.
and I'm comparing that to also just in my head. Obviously, it's not side by side, but just and this is me talking. It's not Phoebe talking, so no one trash her for this. Me looking at other people's check-in photos, me looking at comparisons in my mind. This is what you do. You like as fans, you make predictions. You look at comparisons, and I'm like, wow, like Phoebe's glutes are better than this. Her tie-ins are better than this. The balance is better than this. The front pose is better than this. And I'm like looking at everyone, and it's just going to be such a cool comeback for you on the Arnold stage
Yeah.
because you're against Ashlyn and Amy and Ashley and the best girls in the Little Olympia. And
Hmm.
you're going to come right in and you're not going to fucking miss a beat. So I'm really excited for that.
Oh my God, that gives me
Yeah.
fucking goosebumps, like
Yeah.
actual
It's like a
goosebumps.
no
Like,
joke show to come back. It's like if you came back and like you did the UK Pro for your first show, I'd be like, yeah, I'm expecting Phoebe to go in and win it. This is like a
yeah,
challenge for you and you have a
yeah,
shot at winning it. So it's
yeah.
it's a badass first show to come back to.
Yeah, and that's what I kind of, if I'm honest, that's the mentality I'm having into it. Like, I think I've never, everyone will like always probably advocate for this. Like, I never really say I want to win. I'm always that annoying girl that's like, we'll see what happens on stage, blah, blah, blah. But I want to win this. Like, I
Yeah,
do
of
want to win this.
course.
And
Of
I
course.
want to, and
Yeah.
like, you never say, I don't think we ever say that because we're like, well, we don't know what's going to happen. So I don't want to look like an idiot and say,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm going to win and then don't win. But ultimately we all do want to win. We're all getting up there to win. So I feel like, yeah, it's like having that, like, I don't know, the balls to just say it. Like
Yeah.
literally having the testosterone that
Which
the men
yes,
have
no, I was
to
gonna say
just
on
do
going
that.
back to what we said about hyping the women's divisions more, I
Yeah.
wish, and this is like that middle ground. This is like the gray area of the two extremes. I wish that just more men could turn down to this and more women could turn up to this, where just
Mm,
present more confidence publicly. Just be like, yeah, like
okay.
anything can happen, but I'm coming to win. Like I know that this is the best package I've ever brought, and like I want to win this, and I feel like I could. You're not putting anyone else down, but you're also not just
Yeah.
being like, we'll see what happens. Like it's that
Yeah.
middle ground of presenting the confidence because you know you're looking your best ever, but I'm
Hmm.
also up against second place in the world and a three-time Miss Olympia. So it's like I'm being realistic. I'm not going to sit there and be like, I'm fucking winning this. Like, come on. I'm not
Yeah.
presenting like an ego, but you're confident about it. And that's what gets engagement on the side of like people riled up behind you. People are like, oh
Mm,
shit, like Phoebe's hyping herself up. Like, I'm so looking
yeah.
forward to her on stage. Yeah.
I'm excited. Like, I don't know. I like posting. Like, I feel like I don't know if the era of like hiding things is like gone or anything, but like I love that like Ashton also when me and Ashton posted basically the exact same thing
That was
at
so
like
funny.
almost 20 minutes apart, and I texted you being like, well, because you messaged me being like, we can talk about on the podcast about, Ashley's posted and Ashton and blah blah blah. And I was like, Ashton hasn't posted anything. I went to her story or
Right that
her
second
post,
she posted.
and I was like, we've posted the exact same thing, like side by side. And I was like, I'm not doing that to make it look like I'm like rivalry posting or
You
anything like
see
that.
them post it, so then you
Yeah.
do. You're like, I gotta post mine now.
It
No,
was in
no.
my draft for literally like 2 days, and I was like, I need to post it, and I literally had it on my like schedule and all that everything. And I messaged you like, Ashton literally just Ashton posted, and I just posted. It looks like I've posted like because she
So funny.
posted, and I literally wrote underneath it like, girl, we have the same brain because I've literally just did the exact same thing. But it made me
Ashlyn's
laugh
physique looks
so
nuts
much.
too. Like
That's
big
what I
props to
mean.
her over there. Like she looks
The whole
crazy.
point, the whole point of me saying that was because like I love that Ashton's like posting. Like she's like,
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
my front and back pose. Like, yeah, and
Yep.
same with Ashley. Love that. Like
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
seeing that,
Ashley's
like
posting a
for the
lot more than
sport.
I feel like she has historically, like
Yeah.
check-in photo wise.
Well,
Like
I mean, she usually is like she posts quite a lot. Like back, like even like back in the day, she posts quite a lot of stuff. Like
maybe I just
a
didn't
lot
see
of
a
the
lot of
times,
it.
anyway.
I feel
Yeah,
like I've
she.
seen more like reels from her, more like
Oh, okay.
posing and more
Oh,
like
yeah,
in the
yeah, yeah.
gym, but like posting a straight up front shot, back shot. I'm like, oh, like everyone's straight up showing everyone how they look right now.
I love
Like,
it
this
though.
is
I
awesome.
love
Yeah,
it. Like
yeah,
that's what
it's
I
great.
enjoy. Because also like it gets me riled up. Like I again in my mind, I feel like we've said before, like the guys, if the guys were to see like, Nick Walker and Martin seeing their check-in photos, testosterone wise, they're like, right, let's fucking go. Whereas
Yeah.
me, it kind of riles me up in a way where I'm like, Ashton looks fucking sick. Like I'm so excited to like stand next to
Yeah.
her. That's how
Okay.
I see it.
Speaking of that, the difference of men and women, the fans and how they comment on people's photos.
Yeah,
Oh my
very
God.
true. That's
You
true.
go into yours, Ashlin's, whoever's, Laura Lee's comment sections, and it's a lot of hype. It's a lot of hearts. It's a lot of fire
Yeah.
emojis. You're looking awesome. Can't wait for this. You go into Nick Walker's comments, Martin's comments, Samson's comments, anyone, Samson's especially, the amount of just hate he gets because it's like, oh,
Really?
there's no point in being as big as you are right now. You won Mr. Olympia when you were smaller and more conditioned. Like, what's the point of this? You go into Martin's and it's that's not beating Andrew. Andrew's beating you. You go into like I'm like, holy shit,
Oh my
guys. Like
God.
it's like 50%
And
just
this
like
is why,
experts hating on them. I'm like, oh my God.
like, I feel like, again, I always love when, again, back in the day where Keon took his time off for mental health and everyone fucking ripped
Yeah.
him for it. Now his free
Yes.
time. Like,
Yep.
this is why like you'll see declining in declining men's mental health in like
Yeah.
sports and stuff like that because for some reason no one wants to see anyone win. It's like, oh, this
Yeah.
person's way better than you,
Yep.
like you're shit, you
And
like
people for
it's
go
no
ahead.
point. No, I was like, it's no point.
People forget too that especially in bodybuilding, this is a much more niche and tighter industry than like you going on Drake May, the quarterback of the Patriots, post after he fails at the Super Bowl miserably and commenting like, "Oh, you're trash. I hope we trade you away." Blah blah blah. Yeah, I'm sure he's crying into his $50 million contract right now. Like, oh
Yeah,
no,
like
this is bodybuilding. Like, these are
yeah.
people that most people have a full time job outside of competing. They're normal, like everyone's a normal human, but they're not like they don't have these multi-million-dollar contracts where sometimes that can outweigh the hate a little bit
Yeah,
because
they're
you're
like,
like, you know
don't
what?
care.
Hate on me all you want. Like, what do I care? Like, I'm the
Yeah.
professional doing this. It can get at you more because like it is that much more niche and it is literally a dedication of 24/7 life for these people.
Yeah.
So yeah,
And I
just
think on the emotional
remember that when you
aspects
guys are
as
being
well.
stupid commenting.
Yeah, literally. I feel like also from the emotional aspects as well, you're also commenting on these people that are also like they're depleted, they're tired. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying like, NFL or other athletes aren't depleted and tired, but like from a perspective that that's what we do. Like, we're trying to
Yeah.
do that because our body needs to look a certain way.
Yep.
So ultimately, we are going to be a lot more tired than the average human.
Yeah.
Mental health already probably isn't 100% always there. And you're going and commenting and being like, you look like shit. Like,
Yes,
what is
exactly.
wrong with
Exactly.
people? So
Yeah.
I do
But
feel
I will
like,
say
yeah,
it's not just bodybuilding fans, that's fans
no,
everywhere. Like I just said, you can go on the Patriots quarterback's comment section, just shredding him. You can
yeah,
go on to after a UFC fight and a championship fight, and the guy that loses, who's literally like number 2 or 3 in that division in the world, but they're ripping him to shreds because you never should have taken that fight. You had no chance.
yeah,
And it's like there's fans like that in every sport. But in bodybuilding, like we aren't the mega millionaires. We aren't the 10 million plus followers where you just get lost in the comments. It's like we got our notifications and we might only get 50 comments. Like we see them. And
yeah, we'll see him.
it can definitely affect you more because then guess what? A fucking media outlet goes and makes a story about it. So
Yeah, yeah. I
yeah.
think to all that to say, like, what would you advise, like, for example, like an amateur competitor, um, getting like hate or bad comments, or I say an amateur competitor or pro competitor, it can obviously this can go for anyone. What would you say advice was? Because and I want you to not say just get over it.
I wouldn't
Because
say just get over it.
yeah, because I feel
Um,
like that's everyone's kind of like just ignore it, don't look at it, because ultimately the world we're in now, like to showcase off our, journey, everything like that, we don't have to post on social media, but a lot of people do post on social media. So how do you get
yep.
around it? Like you want to comment on the nice things, you want to comment on all
Yeah.
the people that are hyping you up, but then you've also got however many comments that are negative as
Honestly,
well.
I
How do you
feel
get
like it
around
depends
it?
on the I feel like it depends on the person first of all, like how you can deal with things. Like how
Yeah.
Martin just like blocks it and is like, I don't got time for that. I'm here to win. That's one way
Yeah.
of going about it for some people. It works for him.
Yeah.
He's a very positive person. Like I hung out with him
Yeah,
a good
I
amount
like him.
at the LA Fit Expo. Me and Hunter hung out with him and hung out on the hotel rooftop and talked all night. Like that was my
Mm.
first like one-on-one like personality convo with him, and he's a really cool, like down to earth dude. And if that's what he needs to do with the media to block it out, it's what you got to do. And it works
Yeah.
for someone like him. It's not going to work like that for everyone. And I mean, I come from a little backstory. I come from a background here where I've worked in the military and I've worked in the fire department and I worked as a government contractor. Three
Mm.
of the top jobs of the top 10 jobs in the world for suicide rates because of mental health. And so
Mm.
it's like, I've seen a lot now relating this over to bodybuilding. It does like trickle into it a bit in terms of like how people deal with things. And I feel like one of the best, I mean, and this can't work for everybody, but one of the best ways you can go by dealing with things is one, knowing it's going to happen and come your way. So being prepared for it.
Hmm.
Understand that as you gain a following and become more of an influencer, as you're a pro, as you're promoting yourself more and you like have to be online with more presence because your sponsor contracts tell you got to be, or you just want to present, like you just want to display your physique and show people your check-ins. Be prepared knowing you can get hate.
Yeah.
That is the biggest thing you can do. Now, in preparation for that is where it's very individual. What prepares you? Are you married? Do you have someone that you can like confide in? Do you have somewhere
Yeah.
you can talk through it and they can like be there for you and just like hype you up? And that person, your wife or your husband, can be like, come on, like you know how you look, like you know what you're doing. This is some random person. Some people go about it where like, let me go and click on their page and see what you look like. That's how some people
Yeah.
deal with it.
Fair.
And it can work for people like that. Some people distract themselves in positive ways. I want to say positive ways. There's ways to
Hmm.
distract yourself negatively. Don't fall into that shit.
Yeah.
Um, Positive ways, if you got kids, if you got hobbies, like there's things to life outside of like gym, sleep, eat, and
Yeah.
understand that having a hobby outside of that, like you doing your high rock stuff and like
Yeah.
going out and dancing, like doing stuff, you don't need to think about bodybuilding 24/7. That
Hmm.
is probably my biggest advice to anyone with not even just mental health issues, mental health in
In
general, to
general.
promote positive mental health is have something that is not bodybuilding in your life. It is when you are 24/7 bodybuilding, when you have friends that come over and all you guys do is sit around and did you see how Samson looked this morning? Oh, did you see this guy post? Oh, like what do you like, and it's 24/7 bodybuilding talk. Like one, I'm gonna think that you're a very bland person. Like I don't hang out with that. Like I just can't
Facts.
stand that. But two, in your personal life, just find a hobby, find something, be engaged more with your kids' sports, or go and like find a friend that wants to go and just do something that isn't solely gym related, food related. Let me sit on social media and just like scroll and look at other bodybuilders. Like there's other hobbies out there to distract you. Go and lay by
Hmm.
the pool without your phone. Put on music you like and lay
Yeah.
out. Like just do
Yeah.
something that isn't sitting there watching bodybuilding or thinking about it, because that's the number one way that you can like get over and distract yourself from negativity. And on top of that, it's how you can build up like a wall of protection to where eventually those comments you won't care about as much anymore
Yeah.
because you have something else to go do. You're like, yeah, like I know they're going to say it at this point. Like I go and do this instead. So
Yeah.
that's my biggest advice.
I love that. I think that's so good that you said all of that. And I agree with every single part. Like, I think it's so easy to fall in the trap of like, oh my God, like, but this person said this. Like, I think it is realizing that, like, there's so much more to life than just what your sole purpose is and what you're doing. And yeah, you have to kind of realize that you've got other things going on. And what I like to do is literally just like write down things. I know it sounds like cheesy or whatnot. Write down things I'm grateful for, or not even write them down. Literally just
Yeah.
think of things. Think of things like take 10 minutes in the morning and just be like, I'm grateful for this, this, this. I'm grateful I have this, this. Outside of bodybuilding, though, as well. Like you could do bodybuilding if you want to, but like also outside of bodybuilding, so you can gain a better perspective of what you actually have. Because I
Big
do
time.
think that sometimes, again, we're in prep, we're seeing our body a lot, we're on social media all the time. We think that that's all we have, and our identity gets surrounded by that. And I think that's why I think a lot of people are burning out over time, and again, myself included, because bodybuilding is their only thing. Um,
Yeah.
and I do think
And
that that is hard.
to that point, and I have this conversation with some of the some of the, I don't want to say influencers like it's a negative thing, because it's literally a job. Like I've seen
No,
how
it's
hard
not.
some of these people work at what they do. Some of the influencers I train, I've had like business talks with them where like they talk, because there's a lot of them are a lot younger than me. I got 22-year-olds with 1 million followers.
Girl,
And
I said girl.
I know it's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, girl.
I talk to you like
It's
girl. I know. I'm
I
like,
mean,
oh my god, they talk to you
certified
like a
man
boy.
hater after last week, obviously. So, um,
My brain just went to, oh my god, girl. Like, what the fuck? Anyway,
no,
Karen,
but
yes.
like I've had conversations with people, and I'm like, yes, it is so good to do what you're doing right now. Like the money you have coming in, the influence you have on people, and how positive you can be, the direction that you're taking your health and fitness. Like, awesome. Remember though, and this goes for pro bodybuilders, this goes for anyone aspiring to be a pro, this goes for influencers. You will age out of what you are doing. Bodybuilding, you might
Mm,
think is your 24/7, your whole life right now. But guess what? Whether you're a trainer like me, whether you are a pro bodybuilder, whether you are an influencer, by the time you hit a certain age, you're not going to be doing that anymore. By the time you're in your 30s, there's the next 21-year-old coming up as an influencer that all the companies are looking at, and your contracts will drop and eventually like be non-existent, because like eventually you're not going to be competing. You're not going to be like
hmm.
relevant. You're not going to be that person doing that. So, and on the training side of things, I've even like had this like self like accountability with myself, where I'm like, yeah, when I'm like 45, 50 years old, I'm not gonna be the fucking 50+ year old that's sitting there training a bunch of 21-year-old girls.
Yes.
Like, what?
Yeah.
Like being
Yeah.
30 for sure, like relevant, like people love our podcast. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
be 50+ years old doing this, talking about people on stage.
No,
Like, it's not
no,
gonna be a thing.
exactly.
So being realistic about the future and understanding that, yeah, it's cool to be as hardcore bodybuilding as you want right now, male or female. It's cool to be pushing for sponsors and making money doing this, but understand that you literally need, this is a fact, this is not an opinion. You need something else in life outside of bodybuilding and influencing in your sponsors, because eventually it does all come to an end. And what are you going to
Hmm.
do when you're 30, 35, 40 years old and you're no longer competing? You're no longer relevant as an influencer. You no longer have these contracts where you get free food. You get $5,000 a month. Like,
Yeah,
what's your backup
facts.
plan? You going to wait until
Facts.
that time comes and you're like, oh shit, I got to figure something else out now. Like,
Yeah.
have something else going for you in life, even if it means creating a business within bodybuilding. But don't think that like the life of I can just create content and I can just get on stage is forever, because it is not.
What I will say, I am seeing a lot more, which again, I don't know if this is the case, but I see a lot more like influencers and social media people and stuff like that. They are smarter with their money sometimes than bodybuilders and athletes and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
feel like we're seeing that like kind of happen a little bit more so on like the social media side of things, like where I know people hate on influencers and stuff like that, but they got some of them got their fucking shit figured out.
oh,
Like
big time,
some
big
of these
time.
people are buying houses left, right, and center. They've got like
Yep.
pensions saved up. They've got their self sorted like for
Yeah.
retiring now.
And
Like
I will
they've
say
got
too,
their
it's
shit
like
sorted.
anyone that wants to shit on influencers, and someone clip this, anyone that wants to shit on influencers for what they do for a living, it cracks me up, because it's like they are everything that people utilize in bodybuilding and pay for in one person.
Yeah.
If you use a photographer or a videographer, guess what? They're that for themselves. Some of them pay for one, but I've seen like Kenzie, for instance. I have watched her. I have stayed with her for weeks at a time, and I have watched her have to literally put out, because again, relate this to understanding that she makes money as an influencer and has sponsors she does because of how she stands out as a person and her content. So she can't just go and just post a bland post. She can't just like have no caption. She literally has to think about what she's going to write that is going to stand out, that is going to sell, that is going to make her stand above the next person's posts to keep her relevant. On top of that, the post itself, she does her own editing. Like her YouTube, she sits there. So what everyone else literally doesn't bat an eye at, oh yeah, a videographer, that's a real job. Like, cool, like good on you. Guess what? Half these influencers are doing that for themselves.
I will say
they're editing their own 2-hour-long YouTubes. They're editing their own posts that they make. They're doing TikTok. They're doing Instagram. They're doing, I guess, Snapchat's a thing. I didn't find out about that until Gianna
I didn't know
me.
that was a thing. That's so old. I'm literally
yeah,
like, I was
it's
like,
such a popular thing.
Snapchat?
Such a popular thing, I guess.
But you can get paid on Snapchat.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Yeah. I guess you get paid a lot. I guess it's one of the most popular ones, but I can't do that. I can't get into it. I had that shit back in high school.
I'm also like, I another app that I literally don't want to even think about. Like, I'm okay.
Yes,
I'm all right. Thank you.
I don't have TikTok because I can't think more.
I can't even. I'm trying so hard, and I literally am like, I can't. I've got Instagram and YouTube, and like now a podcast. Yeah. I can't do TikTok. Like I can't do it. I'm trying. But I'm the same. Like going back to Kenzie and what she was mentioning, I actually kind of was thinking, I was like, right, what do I want to do my YouTube? Because I used to do vlog. I've always done vlogs. I like doing vlogs, and like, but I was like, they're not. I feel like there's something missing where I want my vlogs to be more engaging. I want something else. So I actually took the reins and started editing my YouTubes again. And I just said like, fuck it. I'm just going to be myself and like overshare, because I feel like that's what people want to see. Yeah. Like all this, 100%, this is what I eat in a day. And honestly, won't lie, Kenzie, because I watch her stuff all the time. I take quite a lot of inspiration from her because she just literally doesn't care. She just goes, she talks her shit. She says what she says. And like, people love it. I love it. I'm like, what would I want to watch? And I'm like, I would want to watch people just talk their shit and just say what they say.
Look at Sam Sulek. The dude became a famous bodybuilder, famous influencer on accident because he set up a camera and just recorded himself doing what he does every day. That's it. Cooking his food, driving in the car, talking to the camera, record his workouts. Nothing fancy, no transitions, like his life. That's it. Literally. You watched his life and you fell for him. That was it.
Like, and it's like you're like a fly on the wall kind of perspective. And I was like, fuck it. I just need to have this perspective. Like, it doesn't need to be perfect. I need to let go of this. I can't show this or I can't show that. Like me fucking showing my hair, literally looking crazy as shit, like all the time. Like when I'm literally just rocked out of bed, like I don't care. Yeah. And like, that's what people want to see, is like the actual relatable side of things. And like, especially because bodybuilding is so niche and it is like, it's very unique. So it being perfect and showing like XYZ, like being very like perfect, it's not perfect.
It's so funny, this rolls into one of the questions we got asked.
Yeah, well, yeah, we'll definitely go through. I mean, literally, we've been chatting shit for like an hour and a half already.
This literally rolls into the sponsor question, though. We got asked a question almost directly about this.
Yeah, but closing off that kind of thing with the thing, I edit all of my own videos. I actually really enjoy it, and that's why I like doing that, because I like to like specify and like keep in everything. I don't want you to cut, like I don't want videographers or editors to cut out things that I'm saying, because I want to leave it all in. Like however many people literally commented under my thing being like, I love that this is almost an hour long. Never in a million years would I be like, I'm putting an hour long vlog out. Like, who do I think I am? A reality TV show? Like, what the fuck? Like, but I was like, people have like hour-long cardio sessions. Like, it makes sense. So,
I mean, it's like closing that out is what I was getting at there, is anyone that thinks that like influencing isn't a job, just like going to your regular job is, just like owning a business is you're literally an entrepreneur in a sense, in a bunch of different formats. Like
Hmm.
you are a video editor. You are putting headphones on and watching back your 2, 3, 4 hour recording of your show day weekend. And you're
Hmm.
clipping and editing and sitting there for 5, 6 hours straight, going through that, plugging this here, making it flow for YouTube. Then you're taking clips for that from that, and you're making it formatted for Instagram. You're making things relevant. You're making yourself relevant. You're putting stuff out there that people want to see and engage with. Because
Hmm.
if you half-ass it, guess what? Your engagement drops. The next time you have a contract review with your company, you just lost money. So it's like
True.
it is a fucking job.
Yeah,
So
it's facts. It's so facts. It's all and it's sometimes harder because well, it's actually not. It's not. It's the same because again, it depends on your performance. It's the same as work. Like you go to
yeah,
work, you don't half-ass your job because you're like,
exactly.
oh, it's fine. I know I'm getting paid this much. Like you get a review at work, you did awful this week, this year. I'm gonna drop you to XYZ now because we've not seen the performance we want to see. Exactly the same with YouTube, but it's just on your terms, like in terms of
Yeah,
like you are literally doing it all. You are your own boss. So you have to
yeah,
have those conversations with yourself, which also I find sometimes harder because you can get more complacent because you don't have
yeah.
a
Oh,
boss,
100%.
you
100%.
know?
Yep.
So anyway, what was the question? So we're gonna close it off because we literally have been talking already for like almost 2 hours. But how do you go about getting sponsors like clothing and supplements? I mean, honestly, like anything you've taken from that conversation, being yourself. Because I feel like
Yes.
in this day and age now, with
Don't
AI,
try.
everything being generated and all that type of thing, people are craving human interaction, like real and like vulnerable, raw emotion more than anything. And I don't think people realize it because like the other day, I literally was on like I had a problem with like tech stuff and it gave me the option to talk to someone and I like to talk to someone real and I went, oh my god, please give me someone to talk to like real instead of it being like an automated like bot person to figure out my problems. Like people
Yep.
don't want robots. They want, at the moment anyway, they want real connection. So
Yep.
being your authentic self is going to get you quote unquote more sponsorship, more money, more anything than you think about being this perfect portrayed person. And that's honestly what
100%.
I let go going into 2026. Like I literally said to myself, like don't get me wrong, I'm not going to share everything because I don't want everything to be publicized. Don't get me wrong. Like I still don't share a large majority of my life, but I do want to share my thoughts and feelings. I want to share how I actually feel about certain things. That has also gotten me sponsorship deals. That has also gotten me, more engagement. That has brought me in more, earnings through YouTube. So like, and I'm not doing this on purpose, but I'm just doing it because this is what I want to put out there online,
Yeah.
So I think that's what people crave. That's what people want. And
Yep.
that's what's going to bring in those sponsorships and stuff like that overall. Again,
Yeah.
some sponsors want specific things, so you can always fit that. But over time, I feel like if you only go with what the sponsor or the company wants, people see that. Then people that are using your code won't use your code because they're like, I don't connect with her anymore. I connect with this person a little bit more, so I'm going to use their code instead. I know
Yeah.
it's just a code and it means nothing. It's like, oh, it's a code, but it does. Like when it comes to like when there's 10 people sponsored by the same thing, whose code are you gonna
Yeah.
gauge to more? Do you know what I mean? Like it sounds so stupid, but like for example, like I don't know, I bought hummus fit, I think it was like when I was over in the US, and however
Co-Carrigan.
many. So I okay, I'm sorry, I didn't use co-carrigan, but because I was speaking to like a certain person, I'm not gonna say who it was, but like I was speaking to a certain person at the time, and like we were messaging back and forth, and we had like a really really good conversation. She had literally just posted like her code, and I was like, oh amazing, like I had really good connection with her. I'm gonna use her code. So I
Yeah.
used her code because
Yeah.
I was like connected with her and had a good
Yep.
conversation and stuff like that.
100%.
I wouldn't have used her code if I didn't have that conversation, probably.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I had that human interaction with her because, like, of whatever. So I think just being yourself, honestly, is going to get you further than you think. And then, yeah, you can add in these extra things that the companies want to have and you can put your own spin on it and stuff like that. But like molding
Honest
yourself
Fit
to
is
be
bomb,
someone
by the way.
else.
Literally just ate one of them.
Honestly, it's the best thing ever. I
It's
tried the
they're
Buffins
great.
and oh my
Muffins are
God,
good.
they're
Yeah.
insane. They're
Yeah.
insane. Obviously, I can't have them now anymore, but like I had them at like what, 10 weeks out and stuff. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think to anyone wanting to get sponsorships, supplement deals, all that type of thing, be yourself. Honestly, be yourself. I know it's cheesy, but honestly, be
got
yourself.
I got two takes for you on this. So one, with RP and with Gasp and Better Bodies, I have helped with Gasp and Better Bodies, especially. I've helped with athlete management for years. Like me and the owner will message, call, and if I have someone that I want to refer for whatever reason, every time we've given them a contract and seen how they've performed for a year. And so the two biggest tips I can give is one, uh, loyalty. It is, if
Hmm.
you are trying to be sponsored by, let's say, Young LA, for instance, um, but but you're also like, oh, you know what? I'm wearing Dark Sport today. I'm wearing Gymshark today. And you just go
Yeah.
and tag them just because that's what you're in the post. Like, if someone wants to utilize you in the future, like if they want to sponsor you, they take a look at your page. They go and click on your messages and they see how many times you've been mentioned in a story because they want to see the engagement that you've been putting up, like with Young LA on. Well, how many times what's your loyalty? How many times have you been tagging us? What do the captions look like? What do your pictures look like? Like, are you wearing our stuff on a daily basis? And then they go to your page and it's, oh, I'm wearing a Young LA shirt with a Dark Sport jacket with Gymshark sweatpants on, and
Yeah.
you have all of them tagged. Like, what are you expecting?
Hmm.
Like, you think you're gonna have your chances are gonna be higher because you have three companies tagged? Now all three of them go and look at that, and you're like, the fuck? Like, why are you tagging all of our competitors? So the
Yeah.
loyalty is a big one over time. Like, it's
Hmm.
not gonna happen overnight. Like, if you really truly like a company, like wear their stuff, buy their supplements, and just use them. Like
Yeah.
Phoebe just said, be yourself. And that rolls me into my next one of stop making your fucking page look like an advertisement in a billboard.
Yeah.
Nobody. Okay, and they won't even know I'm talking about them. So we have a person here locally where I live, and it's this guy that hops companies all the time, the next big thing, and it's always ambassador codes. Like, he's trying to get paid, he's trying to work his way up. And you know what his posts look like is the companies take advantage of him and he doesn't realize it because he will make his entire page look like a billboard because he will take the supplement and he puts it on the bench and focuses the camera on it while he's doing dumbbell curls in the background. Or he's making food
Okay.
and his groceries are all laid out, and here's his protein tub over here in the corner. You
Yeah.
think that anyone gives a fuck about that? Like,
No.
where's your video of you using the protein powder talking to the camera about how you can make a badass creamy recipe? Or how about
Yeah.
like how this pre-workout, like just make a cool reel where like in the beginning you're taking the pre-workout and the rest of the video is you lifting. The focus
Hmm.
of these pictures don't need to look like it's a magazine focused on the supplements. Like
Yeah.
those posts are ridiculous. And funny enough, if you scroll down my page back to like 2016, you'll find the same shit.
Yeah. I was gonna say
Of
me,
me, you'll
literally.
literally find one of me holding a pre-workout on my bicep flexing. Like,
Literally, I was just about to
no
say
one
I'd be like
cares
this.
about that stuff. That's not, no one cares. They scroll right by it. You like, look at your normal engagement on a post and then look at a post that you do like that. No one cares.
Yeah.
So, like, find the authenticity of being yourself and integrate it. If you're someone that can just get in front of the camera and be yourself, hey, throw in that you're taking this because you have gut issues and this helps a lot. Like,
Yeah.
be relatable to people. Don't just sit there and be like, oh yeah, I got my pre-workout on me. Let me set it up and get a picture of me behind it flexing. No one cares.
Yeah.
Like, that's not going to help
Yeah.
you.
I think that's also a very old school like method of like again, like you say us back in the day, like that was literally me. Like in term
Yeah.
not flexing, but like I'd be like protein tab. So like
Yeah.
I think that's we're entering this new age of bodybuilding where we need that also authenticity a lot more because otherwise people don't fall for it anymore. Like I
Yes.
could literally, I remember literally, I'm not gonna say the company I used to work for. That this protein was fucking disgusting. It was so gross, and I'm like, it's so good. I'm like, but it's just lies. It's
People buy it and they're like,
lies.
oh
Yeah.
fuck, Phoebe, what is
I mean,
this?
this was literally when I had like 1,000 followers. So like no one's using my code. No one was
Yeah.
using my code. Like it was doesn't matter. But me being like trying to be like, it's really good. It's so nice. Like buy it, please. But me knowing like it tastes like trash. So like, but also equally like I can't, if I don't believe in the product, I'm not going to sell the product to anyone either. So
Yeah.
it's like you believe in a product and you actually like, yeah, this is really, really good. Like whether that's supplements or clothing, like yeah, this
Yep.
clothing set is like it makes me feel really good. Like I actually see like um girls, which I like when there's drops and stuff like that, like with the clothing, they're not just being like, oh my God, this fits me so well, and this is this. They're like, they diversify, and they're like, I like this, but I do like the other ones better because of XYZ. Like it's not every single piece of clothing is going to be 100% bomb and insane, and but people want specifics. Like people
Yeah.
want like, okay, why does this fit me? Like for
Yeah.
example, like I see people talk about like height and stuff like that. Like, oh, if you're a taller girl, this might not be great, or like if you're a shorter girl, this might not be great. And I'm like, thank you for that perspective. Now
Yeah.
I can buy something still on the site that actually works for me, and not just buy something and then I'm like, oh, I hate it. Now I'm not even going to use your code because you lied to me. Do you
Yeah.
know what I
Big
mean?
time. Yeah.
So
I've learned a lot of this
sucks.
actually. Like, I mean, in the last year that Kerrigan and I've been together, I've like seen how she does things, and I
Mm.
understand how she stays so relatable to people. And then I realized I'm like, you know what? Like back in I think it was 2019, she was one of the pioneers of the females vlogging YouTube preps.
I
She
remember her vlogs. I used to
Yes,
love her
that's what
vlogs.
that's what made her
Yeah.
that's what made her take off, and it still
Yeah.
carries to this day. She doesn't do as much YouTube anymore. She's trying to get back into it, but she's very focused on like her clients. But
Yeah.
in terms of like she was like a pioneer on the female side. I feel like Steve Cook was kind of the men's side of things, like that.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was a
Yeah.
little
Yeah.
earlier. Like Kerrigan was like the 2019. Like that's when she took off, and she was probably one of the most like popular like niche bikini girls that was like
Hmm.
vlogging and putting
That
everything she
along
was
with
doing on YouTube.
Emily Hay. Do you remember Emily Hader? Is it Hader?
I don't think so.
Emily Hader. She's a bikini pro. She was also like she vlogged a lot. She wasn't like
Yeah,
super out there, but I mean she's quite big on online anyway, but
yeah,
she vlogged a lot and I used to love her vlogs. But again,
yeah.
it's that authenticity. I think people
Authenticity.
like
Be
vlogs
yourself.
more. Like
Yep.
I even said to
Yep.
Max, like for the Arnolds, like I want you to obviously we're gonna do like, an epic show day vlog and stuff like that, but I'm gonna vlog. Like I'm gonna be
Yeah.
vlogging in the Arnolds. So
Yeah.
like, which is new for me because I'm used to Max obviously filming for me. But I was like, I want to show people like the real sides, like
Yeah.
to what it will be like and stuff like that, which will be vlogging.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm excited for it. Because
Do
again,
you have
you
that
turn to the
little you have
camera.
that little square
I
camera?
I've got it now.
What is
It's
that called?
literally the Osmo.
Osmo.
The
Yeah. Yeah.
DJI Osmo, but I have it obviously for the podcast now. It's on the podcast now,
Oh,
but
okay.
it's really good. It's really good to like. It's easy to talk to because I think the main thing for me was you have this big ass camera and you then don't want to take it in public because it's like, oh my God, I don't want to look like I'm talking in public in front of a camera. Whereas the Osmo, like this tiny little camera, it's so small. It's like easy, like you could easily talk on your phone and stuff like that. It's easy to talk on your phone. It's the same as that, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Should I just be
um,
absolutely ridiculous at the Arnold and do the like remember when people used to walk around with the GoPro sticks and it'd be like
I the
6 feet out in front of them? I'm just gonna be
Literally,
walking around
that's
with
what
my
I used to
GoPro.
have. I used to have a Canon with a massive lens. Like, I'm not even kidding, like this. And I'd hold it by the lens. I wouldn't even
Oh my
hold it by
god.
the tripod, it'd be by the lens. And I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, also, my arm is actually killing me because I have like some talks I have on this camera are like 15 minutes long. Imagine
It's
me
so
trying to do
funny.
this like 15 minutes. I'm gonna have like a fucked up bicep. Like, there's no way.
Yeah, that's
So,
hilarious.
anyway,
Yeah,
I think
that's how you
that's
get
it for the
sponsors, guys.
podcast.
That's what
Yeah.
you do. Like, literally be yourself. Stop making your
Yeah.
page look like a billboard. That's it.
Yeah.
Like,
Just be
be
yourself.
relatable in some way. Someone
Yeah.
out there will relate to you. And the biggest thing that I have, like just tip wise, is just do it. Stop
Oh my God,
overthinking yourself.
yeah, yeah.
Stop overthinking. Oh, I'm going to be embarrassed if I post this. What are people going to think? Post it anyway.
I honestly, I let go of all of that coming into 2016, 2016, 2026,
2016.
because yeah, I know, long time ago. I just said I can't fucking be bothered anymore. I don't want
Yeah.
to, I can't, I don't like that the fact that I'm not keeping the promises to myself anymore.
Yeah.
It's literally annoying me being like, I wish I did this. Like it sounds like a record. Like I hate it. And it's actually giving myself the ick. Me being
Yeah.
like, oh, I wish I did this and I don't do it. And I'm literally still saying the same thing the next year. Like it's gross. Get over it. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Yeah.
you can't, if you want to do these things, and that goes for anything, not just influencing or like doing YouTube or social media or whatever, that
Anything.
literally goes to anything. If you want to step on stage, just do it. Get yourself a coach, figure it out. Like you literally in this world, in this day and age, can do anything. You don't have the excuse anymore. You know, you can
Literally
work
anything.
around it.
Yep.
So
Yep. I have a guy that just came
anyway,
to me that literally wants to he's in the Navy, and I train his wife, and she was talking to me and she's like, "Hey, my husband is like really nervous, but he wants to reach out to you because he's about to go into buds training, like he's going to try out for the Navy SEALs." And
mm,
she's like, she's like, I know that you run the fire academy, I know you were in the military, like, do you do programs like that? I'm like, yeah, I do.
that's
and and
cool.
and I had to tell her, I'm like, just have him reach out. Like, if you
Yeah.
want to make the best of it, just do it. Get
Yeah.
your trainer, get your coach, like film the content, just do
Hmm.
it. Like, just post, just get the trainer, do what you got to do to pursue your passions. Like,
Yeah,
stop holding yourself
literally.
back. So
Literally. Literally. And on that note,
on that note, goodbye.
bye. See you later. So that was a good podcast. I was very
We'll have
tired
a
at the
special
beginning of
guest on in a
this.
couple weeks, guys. We'll have a special guest on for the Japan Pro Week. So be on the lookout for that.
Yeah, so it's going to be good. So, yeah, as always, please like, subscribe, follow, all that fun stuff. Comment down below because we do really appreciate you commenting, like if you're watching on YouTube and stuff, because we like to read the comments on obviously podcasts and stuff when we're not literally chatting shit and not answering any questions.
And all of you
But
listening to this, we get 2,000-3,000 views on these videos, and I do not
yeah,
see the subscribers matching that. So click the button, please. Thanks.
yeah, please, 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 please. So, yeah, right. Love you guys so much, and we'll see you in the next one.